So, I almost didn't make this video because I wasn't, let me start over. So, I wasn't going to make this video because once I got to the event, I felt like it was a place I shouldn't record, and then there wouldn't be enough content to make a video out of. But then I woke up earlier than normal this morning because I couldn't stop thinking of something that was brought up in my mind because of this event. So I've decided to make a video anyways. So let's start from the beginning. Today's adventure, I'm going into San Francisco, the big city, and I'm going to the San Francisco Library for a queer reading for these, I think it's 3 queer authors. So I'm heading over there. It'll be nice to be around my people. I forgot to mention that I'm actually going to be taking the train again because I like public transportation. It makes me feel closer to the environment and the place that I'm in. So here we go. Alright, so I'm back. The library. I went there for a queer reading, and it featured 4 writers, a poet, a graphic novelist, a sex educator, and a novelist. So Sara Jaffe read from her book, Dryland. She read about this character who was with her friend at a skate park, and her friend was pushing her to tell her which one of the boys she thought was cute. And she's like, I don't know, they're all right. The friend keeps pushing, and finally a boy skates by. She thought that one was cute, so she tells her friend, that one, I think he's cute. And her friend said, yeah, he is cute. And the one they both think is cute takes off his hat, and long, beautiful, soft hair falls out. It comes to be that this skater boy was a skater girl. The character who couldn't decide which one was cute and then saw that that one was the cute one was terrified that her friend was going to say something about it. She was also terrified that it was going to reveal something about herself. I'm assuming that the novel spirals into her questioning her sexuality. This story really hit home with me. For one, when she was reading it aloud, the audience, when there were maybe 50, 60 people there listening, the audience was laughing at parts that I didn't realize were funny until I heard them laughing, and then I began laughing with them because I got it. And it was an audience obviously full of queer people or allies. So first of all, I was in a room full of people who have had a similar experience as I had growing up. So we understood these little nuanced things that she was saying, and we all laughed together at them. And then the main character of this book, Dryland, really reminded me of myself and probably many, many other young youth, many other people who are of the queer community as I am, of their growing up, and them feeling afraid that someone's going to find out the secret inside of them. When I was growing up, I lived in a time where it was not accepted. It wasn't all right. So it made me terrified of my own feelings, and also terrified of people maybe finding out my own feelings. So I spent my childhood hiding those feelings inside of me and being afraid that someone would find it out. People are far more accepting today of the LGBTQ community than they were in the 80s and 90s when I grew up. But we are at the birth of this acceptance, and it needs to continue to be nourished so that it will grow properly, and so that those youth who are growing now can grow in a healthy environment. Unfortunately, people are growing up still not being accepted for who they are. There are children still growing, thinking they need to hide this truth of them, thinking they need to try their hardest to be like everyone else, to be like the normal society. So it makes me really sad to think that there are still children growing up and repressing the feelings that they have inside of them, doing what I did. And it can really hold back our potential and keep us buried. But if we create a place for youth to grow in acceptance, then they don't have to deal with all the garbage that we had to deal with, that I had to deal with within my own self. And just skip that part. Make that part irrelevant, that part of shaming ourselves for what we feel inside, so that these children can grow and be phenomenal human beings that they are meant to be. We need to help nurture this acceptance. It needs to keep growing in a positive direction. We just need to love people for who they are, without questioning them, without degrading them, without chastising them, without making them feel like they're taking a wrong step in life. We need to have more events like this queer reading, where people can talk about their shared experiences that they've lived, and spaces too where other people who might not be within that queer spectrum can come and listen in and be exposed to these other lives that are unlike what they thought. Everyone is on their own journey. I just strongly encourage that on your journey, you allow people the space to live their lives in their way, to the best of their abilities, without hindering it with unnecessary shame. So all of you who might be listening to this, I just strongly encourage you to do your part in helping nourish this new child of acceptance we have in our society. And keep encouraging love. Just be love.